cold. This is crazy today. We gotta do a little bit of fan love here, folks. I gotta drain it. It's full of water. It was just packed full of ice. Are we live? Anybody here yet? I got a problem. I got some dirt in the lens. Okay. You like the... Okay, now it's worse. Where is this dirt coming from? I got dirt in the lens. You like my garage, Ron? I built it myself. It took me a year and a half of weekends. It was like, I was so sick of it. It could very well be the last thing I built from scratch. It was brutal. The day I finished it, I was so happy. I was like, oh, it's over. I should say, the day I started moving everything into it, upstairs. Downstairs was finished first, but upstairs, I was like, oh man, I'm so sick of this place, working on it. I was so sick of working on it that after I finished it, I actually stopped coming in here for almost a year. I didn't even want to enjoy it. It was hell. Okay. We got some kind of lens problem here, folks. We're going to have to live with it. I can't seem to get rid of the distortion today for some reason. Maybe it's on the iPad. No, it's not. No, let's try that. No, like, look at it. There's some kind of line. It looks like hair. Like, can you see it, folks? It's like some kind of... I don't know. No, that's what you're getting right now. It's weird, I know. And the lens, there's no mark on it. And it just started. Like, I don't know, and it's on the lens. Because look, I take it off, boom, clear. Let me try something else. We're here to fix the fan that is like absolutely filthy. And then we're going to do you ducks. We're going to give you a can of ducks. What do you want, duck? It's so cold out, it's unbelievable. Like it says that right now it's minus 17 on the side of the garage, but according to the internet right now, the wind chill is minus 29. And walking across the driveway with this humidity, today it's like 80% humidity. So 80% humidity, wind chill minus 29, ambient temperature minus 17. Absolutely, I'm so frozen today. Not liking it. Like honestly, I would just like to lay underneath that electric blanket. That's what it feels like. It's unbelievably uncomfortable. The house is just freezing. All right, I don't know where this is coming from, folks. This is the most bizarre thing today. And I've never had this before. It's like there's something in the lens. All right, let's get this happening. Here, I gotta fix this fan. It's full of water. I gotta make a new hole in it to drain. I gotta do a little MacGyvering. Right. It's pretty gross. Oh, there. Stinks like wet barn. Yeah, Doc, just keep thrashing away there. Someone just did a wet duck fart. Yeah, it's gross inside. Right. Well, hopefully it comes apart easier because I've taken it apart this year once already, so we can give it a proper cleaning here. I can't believe how dirty it is, actually. Okay, let me see here. How are we gonna get this? Okay, Doug. Okay, Doug's right in the way, of course. Huh? Because, like, what would a dog be if he wasn't right in the way? All right, so let's get some light happening here. I gotta take my fuzzy out. Oh, I gotta be freezing here. He's right underneath the tripod. Oh, man. Well, it's so cold, folks, that I turned the big furnace on in here. And I never do that, unless it's like super cold. I got such a chill. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to not only clean this thing, but I'm going to do a little MacGyver to it and see if it helps with the water problem. I'm going to put a hole in the bottom of it to help it drain better. Maybe it'll drain a little faster and a little less water build up inside. Because like I said, this thing really should be inside the barn where it's warmer. But the way I designed my duct work, it's outside the barn, which is bad in these extreme situations that we're dealing with right now. Oh, that's pretty gross. Oh, it's really gross. I just had to go spray this off. I need a towel with my hands here. So I thought that we were going to be letting the ducks outside, but that ain't happening. No, I gotta remember, this thing is a different size than I thought. What was this? What was this again? It's a torque. Which one was this? Which one was this? can't remember which one was this. You know, I should have stuck this aside because it's not an Allen key. I originally thought it was an Allen key, but it's a... Oops. Was that it? No, that's a little bit loose. Which one is it? Of course, it's so tight, eh? Because it's like right inside the fan. What is this one here? It's like, it's the most awkward place, especially when you got big hands. This is it. This might be it. Yeah, that might be it. Feels like it. Because this one won't fit in. And one thing, this quartz bulb on the back of my head feels nice. No idea. There's a reason this little piece of wire is inside that jar, and I have no idea why. Can I fit this in? No. How did I do this last time, Matt? Yeah, that ain't gonna work. There was a way I did this last time. I can't remember. Hey, Doug, you can't be right now. I might have done it with a wrench. I can't remember. I know it's a real bugger here. Tight. Can't get the camera inside to show you what I'm struggling with. It shouldn't be this tight. Right? Oh, she loosened up. Like I said, I just did this service on this like not too long ago. I think they make these things so like they're just so ugly to service that you just don't. All right. Oh, look at that, eh? Yeah, she's dirty inside. Yeah. So when it's this dirty, like this. This really, you take a look, okay? And that's not even bad. But that right there will cut down probably, 10, 20% of the airflow because the fan blades just aren't cutting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go spray this with water and a scrub brush. Well, it's not ooh or ew. It's just dirt. There's like worse things here on the Duck Adventure than this. It's gunk. That's what it is. Yep. That's a proper term for it, actually. That's what we're going to call it today. we need to scrub it. Completely blew off. Yeah, so now, if you look, you see how clean it is? And that, I'm not kidding you folks, that's like maybe, like it's like 20%, 10%, it's like a huge difference. Like it's a big, big difference on the water, the air that blows through it. So, well, it's not shiny, River, but the reason it's so shiny is actually because I scrubbed the crap out of it last time. I actually took a wire brush to it. So, now I gotta take the motor off of this and wash the housing out, because I'm not only gonna wash the housing out, I'm also going to I'm going to 5/16. What size is this? There should be every one of these bolts should be the same size. Alright, I have technical difficulties here. 3/8. Let's just bring the whole pack over. We'll find the right one here. Ah, there it is. That's weird. 11/32. Where did they come up with that one? Right. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the bolts out here because I want to get the motor off, because I'm going to spray this housing out completely. And obviously I don't want to fill the motor full of water, because if I did that, I would have to get the hairdryer I don't own out and dry it out. And I'm going to drill a hole in the bottom of this thing, see if it helps the draining. But it's pretty gross inside. Like this is gross inside. It's got a bit of a smell of like duck floor. Wet duck floor. That's what it smells like in here. It's pretty gross. That's exactly what it smells like. Wet duck floor. So I thought I was going to let the ducks out, folks. Honestly, I did. I thought, okay, maybe we'll set the camera and do a little bit of spraying action. But this wind chill, I just like I walked across from the house, and I was totally dressed. I didn't come out like with my jacket unzipped or anything foolish like that, and I caught a chill. I was like, okay, this is. That's gross. So there's our motor, but. So inside, see this? I'll just show you how gross this is. Right. I'm going to do a finger scoop for you. Oh, look at that, eh? Look at that. See that? It's just like some kind of nummy nums. It's like spread for toast. Eh? What do you think, folks? Would you like some on your toast? So the whole fan is covered with that inside. So that's basically... yeah, no, that is you. That is actually, I agree with you there. It smells gross, but it's what it is. It's duck dander, feather dander that's gotten wet, encased in the ice. The ice is melted now, and so now it's sort of like a, I guess you would call it dander dust. Okay? Like it's got a little, see how gooey it is? It's like a dander dust. It's like a paste. And it smells just unbelievably gross. It does, honestly. And I'm pretty good at the gross smell and stuff. I'm pretty conditioned to it. Well, you don't do this unless you get conditioned to it. Or you quit. That's what you do. You quit. So I'm not doing this. This is the stupidest YouTube show I've ever heard. So if you're triggered by this kind of smell, this is not the kind of career you want to get into. This is going to make a huge difference, though, on the airflow. Get rid of that humidity in the barn. Because all of this inside really slows down, knocks the fan efficiency down, but big time. Around. And normally, folks, to give you an idea, I only do this once a year. This is like, I'm trying to think here. I did this last fall, and then, I didn't use it all fall because I just leave the doors and windows open. And it's just since I started using the exhaust fan this winter, which basically before lockdown was nights only. And the last, week of lockdown? Like that's how gross the air is. See my helper? Doug likes helping. He's a helper dog. Are you helping, Doug? You are, aren't you? Okay. So now we're going to do a modify. I have a hunch. Now this is going to change the dynamics of the fan a little bit. But look at this dog, eh? You steal the show, don't you, Doug? Right? Don't you? Hey, today's the last day for the eardrops. I know you don't like them. But your ears have got to be cleared up by now. Today's the 10th day. Right? We need to get back to normal. Okay. He's only being good because he wants to take over the shot here. That's why. I know he's too cute for words, eh? I am one lucky guy. I am. I have a whole bunch of great people in my life, you, and I have the most awesome dog in the world. He is. considering when I first met him, I wasn't really struck by him. He has certainly won me over. I didn't think he was cute when I first met him. Actually, I didn't have any kind of attraction to him whatsoever. Okay, now it's official. It's work's over. I gotta go back to the house, right, Doug? You don't want me working, do you? I'm standing right here, dog. I can't work if you're right here. All right, we gotta grab some tools. Let's cut a hole in this thing. So what I'm going to do, because there's really no drain hole on the bottom of this thing, I'm going to put a hole in it, a full-blown hole, a real hole, this big of a hole. It's going to change the dynamics of the fan a touch, but I just think that, you know, I know it's going to blow some air straight down is what's going to happen, but I'm thinking maybe because it might blow some air straight down at the very bottom, a combination of the force of the air and gravity, maybe I'll blow out like the humidity, so at least I can maybe get a better a better icicle on the bottom. Because right now I get a little tiny bit, a little icicle out of these holes. I'll show you the holes here. These little screw holes. I get little icicles, but I think maybe I need a big icicle so that she blows right out. So the fan sits like this. So basically the middle screw hole, which is this one here, is where I'm going to drill the hole so that we have the drain that I'm hoping, the gravity and, you know, the hole. I'm even thinking maybe making the hole a little bit bigger because I just want to solve this ice problem. Yeah, bigger's better. Yeah, I'm going to go with the bigger one. Okay, Doug, you can't be right there, Liz. I need to work. The melt you look at your eyes. Oh, I'm so cute. Do I have to move? Okay, Doug, can I have that spot back if it's not too much problem? Okay, move. Thank you. All right, here we go. Oh, sorry guys, I'm filming me doing nothing. Well, you're not seeing what's going on here. See, that's the problem. That's the problem. You got what you call it? A dog here hogging the spotlight. You forget what's going on. Okay. Well, that's going to seriously change the fan, but like I said, I gotta deal with this problem, which is the ice. And the thing is, in the back barn, which I've never shown you, but in the back barn, I have no, Doug, shh, quiet. I have a pail right underneath this thing to catch the ice dropping. So, Doug, be quiet. No. Yeah, whatever. Okay. Once again, see? Doug wants the attention. He's like, come on. Yeah, that's got to work. It's got to help get rid of, it's got to help. It's got to help. Well, we're going to see if it helps. Aren't we? Get rid of this moisture problem. my motor, which I rebuilt there last fall. Well, took it apart and figured out how to properly oil it. It is running great. And this morning, I got up, I was so tired. And I couldn't do the TerraDeck stream. I was like, I can't even configure it this morning. I'm just too tired. And then I ended up going outside, and what I did, turn fans off of the building, and I had to come back up here to get the screwdriver because I need a real small screwdriver to get into the tight spot where the fan is. And I was like, oh man, I just want to be bad sleeping. That's the thing, you wake up here and you have no idea what's in store for you. Everything's a surprise. So, fan motor's back in. Now, the trick here too is put this back in the right place, because I did that last time and I had to take it all apart because I mounted it too deep into the what you call it, the housing. This is a real bugger. You know what? Let me just hang on. Maybe. So tight in there. Because there's a certain amount of movement in the shaft. So you can't bring it right out. You gotta give yourself enough play, because the fan moves once it starts spinning. I discovered that when I put it all back together the last time. So we're gonna do a test run right here on the bench. This is going to really suck the air out now because she was pretty clogged up. Combination of ice and gunk. Unfortunately, I won't be able to take you down to the location where we're going to install it because it's so cold out there, the camera would freeze. As you know, this morning the iPad wouldn't focus, and that was not even. That's like about 8 degrees. It wasn't even that frozen. Let's see if she makes any noise. Noise it's not supposed to make. I'm not blowing too bad at the bottom, probably just enough to get rid of the humidity out of the fan casing, hopefully. Exactly the way it's supposed to run, right there. Oh, I put the motor on upside down. No way. Yes, I did. Damn, I gotta take it apart, guys. Unbelievable. Oh, well, back to the drawing board. Well, make the string a little longer. I never even thought of that. You're not gonna believe why it's upside down. The oiler, there's a spot on this motor. It's a really old motor, okay? And it's got a felt oiler inside. It's where you can actually add oil. And it's got a little felt pad inside that absorbs the oil, so it lubes the motor up. It's really old, like it's meant to be serviced, okay? The oiler's on the bottom. Well, I won't do that again. Learned my lesson just now on that one. Pay attention when you're mounting the oiler, the motor on the housing. Or you're just going to have to take it apart. I tell you though, it really feels nice having this quartz ball beating on the top of my head though. It's the only part of my body that's warm right now. My freshly shaven head. You like watching my hands work? While I narrate my screw up? See, if this was a video, I would edit this out so that I would look like I know what I'm doing. Because I've only serviced this fan maybe a half a dozen times. You know, I'm a little bit slow. So, but if this was a video, I would make myself look like a professional, and I would edit this out, and I would just show you the once over. It would be all edited over. But since it's live, and this is reality, people make mistakes, and I just made one. This is the thing that, you know, at first, I'll tell you honestly, folks, when I first started streaming, I was worried about this. You know, you make a mistake, and, you know, it's like, oh, I'm not going to be, like, perfect anymore like I was on my videos. Now I don't care. It's like, whatever. As if you don't. Anybody that says, oh, I never make a mistake, yeah, okay, right. Blow that one out of your rear, buddy. We all make mistakes. Some of us more than others. Okay, so, see, here's the problem. I'll show you. Where's the oiler? Okay. See right here in the bottom, this little hole right there? See that little hole right there? That's the oiler, okay? So the motor needs to sit this way. So obviously when you pour the oil in, gravity pulls the oil to the center, because in here, it's all encased with felt, and the felt holds the oil. But the problem was this hole was this way on the bottom. Well, we know gravity ain't going to help us there in that situation. It's going to work against us. So we want to make sure the hole's at the top. And since this is the top of the fan, we go like this. Yes, there you go. Oh, you see it? Now it's right at the top. There, now we can oil her up. Because at both ends of this motor, there is oiling ports, front and back. It's old school. It's like really old school. That's the only reason I got to save this motor, because when it died on me there, that was the only thing that saved it, was the fact that it was an old school motor that I could actually repair, take apart. This is the one actually I had to break apart the rivets, and I had to tap and die, and I had 4 little tiny screws still, which actually you can see the screws that I did. I'll show you here. Can you see inside? Do you see those 4 little shiny spots right there? Right there. See the little shiny spot right there? There's 4 of those. Okay, do you see that? I had to drill the rivets out, and I just happened to have, because I never throw anything out. I had 4 little screws, and then I tapped it and screwed the motor back together. But I had to drill it out to get at the felt so that I could bring life back to the felt to save the motor. That was an ordeal I did that day. I didn't share that in the garage because we didn't have, I don't remember, I don't think we had live streaming capabilities in the facility to do that. I think I did that, yeah, I'm trying to remember what the deal was. It was a struggle. I don't think I was ready at that point in life to share my failures. Now I don't care. I'll show you. I'll show you me stumbling. Sometimes, you know, it's funny watching somebody fail. It adds a little humor to it. I should double check this, right? Just to make sure. Talking? Yeah, okay, it's at the top. Yeah, that's the top. Just to make sure. I would hate to do this twice and then go, oh, I did it again. There's another problem with doing it live. It's like having a whole bunch of buddies over in the garage and you're talking, doing something, and you just screw right up because nobody's really paying attention. So it's always good to work by yourself and just talk to yourself. Ducks are ready for a bath. They're all sitting there looking at me. We get to do a duck foot inspection. We'll get some ice cubes to put it in their bath water so they have a cold water soak. Nothing like cold water, Epsom water soak. Not. This fan has been repurposed for so many things in its life. It's like, it's done a lot of things. I have some really good fan motors. The only problem is they're 220 volt. And they're actually tanning beds, spare parts. And they really seriously suck or blow, like seriously blow, like it's crazy. But unfortunately they're 220 volt. European 220 volt. So it's like you need to run it with a step-up transformer to run them. But they like twice the flow of these. This one does. And much more difficult to build a mounting system. This was actually quite easy. Okay. Alright, so now it's in the right spot. Let's do another test. She works. Woo. Okay. We're going to do an oil job while she's warm. I'll get the oil. Right. She's ready to go back to operation. Okay, I gotta wash my hands here. You can stare at Doug there. He's having a little bit of a nap. Good move, hey? I got the camera pointed over there for you and you leave. Okay, folks. Doug's always looking for another spot. He thought I was leaving, eh? And he followed me over to the other side of the house, or at the house, the other side. There it is. All right, I'm going to end this stream because that's it for fan maintenance. I'm going to go install the fan now since I've cleaned it. And then I'm going to go get warm water. And I'll be starting another streaming. Don't worry, your Saturday is not done yet. There's still more mad action to happen here. We're going to, I'm going to go get warm water, bring it over here for the hospital ducks, start another stream for the warm water, and then soak the little duckies. We're going to do a foot inspection on their little feet to see how they're doing after I picked off their scabbies yesterday. And then I'm going to go do a barn cleaning and a goose shed. I might kick the geese out and just clean around their water because they've got a bit of a glacier action happening right where the water is. So that might happen also. We'll see. And then I will come over here and finish the ducks off, the hospital part of the portion. I'm not talking about off of them or anything like that. That will be your Saturday afternoon on the Duck Adventure. So, well, I have to share, Gene, because I have just too many awesome people that want to know what's going on here. And then there's the dog who just had to come between me and the bench. See, Doug gets jealous, sorry, when I'm talking to you. He does. That's what it is, folks. That's why Doug is a camera hog, because he does this when I'm not, when I'm with people. So, you like that one, Vista? I just slipped that in there, right? Just playing with the words, if you know what I mean. So, okay, I'm going to end this and get to work because, I'm telling you, I'm not lying, folks. If I'm lying, I'm dying. It is unbelievably nasty cold out there. Like right now, like I got that furnace on. Well, I got it set to 15 degrees, so it's not really, really warm in here. And that one's set to 15, and I can still feel a cold draft on my back. Like, it's damp. It's so damp. This week was warmer than today, and today's warm. It's, well, compared, temperature-wise. Like, it's minus 17 on this thermometer on the side of the garage right now. But the wind chill with the dampness, because we're on this cusp of snow, you know, it's sort of snow, sort of not snowing. So, earwax freezing weather. No, it's damp. It's not, like, I'd rather have honestly, I'd rather have 30 below with 50% humidity than today. It's this 80% humidity that's killing me. Real back. It's so damp. It's like living on the East Coast. Reminds me of when I was at basic training in Cornwallis, Nova Scotia. When I was a young lad. When I joined the service. That's what it feels like. I spent 11 weeks in this kind of weather, and I hated it. Every day, cold and damp. Bitterly cold and damp. Oh, look at that duct tape. Somebody's holding my jacket together. I was doing something. I need to stick a piece of tape somewhere. Doug's walking around. He's not even liking it outside Tuesday. Okay, I gotta go and put this on the garage. Okay, cool it on the emojis. You could get banned. You're gonna get timed out, actually. Okay. We don't like emojis here. Well, I don't like them. Because I think it's a sign of illiteracy when you can't articulate your thoughts into a full sentence and type it. Put them in the corner. That's it, friends. Stick them in the corner. All right, I'm going to say goodbye and go and install this fan, get it running, because I can just imagine the humidity levels in the barn right now is probably through the roof. And then I'm going to get the front door closed again on the barn because it's bad. It's bad. So I'll be back. Don't worry, I will be back, and we will continue with the maintenance program of the ducks. Okay?